was ever a third party that shows Kennedy said.
Hello everyone, how are you all doing? My name is Ukela Prince and I'm welcoming you today to a special edition on Talk Your Own at the Black Community Canada Television here in the city of Brampton. It's always a beautiful day and always a beautiful time to meet you all, on this show. Now, today I have someone who is so special and who has made great impact and is still making impact in the community and in the society and nations around the world. And who am I talking about? This is someone who has over a 30-year, career working in Canada, in Qatar, in the UAE, and in India. And he's worked in a range of industries, including facilitating, instructing, banking, telecom, and insurance. Wow, my oh my. May I also let you know that he's also a business administrator and instructor for 5 years at Trials College. Wow, for the past 3 years, this man I'll be talking with today has been a private tutor in Canada, tutoring, bridging programs, new immigrants to Canada, SAT students, GMAT students. Wow, the list is endless. Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me Bhadran.
Right. Excellent. How are you, Prince?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for being in Talk Your Own show today.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
I really appreciate you, Prince.
Wow. I'm thrilled. It's nice meeting you. And you're doing a whole lot. And you've done a whole lot, actually. And we are proud of you for the great work you are doing and making sure that you leave indelible marks in the lives of people. And I think that is actually a great feat that we need to applaud greatly. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much indeed.
So much.
And I want to give back to the community, and not by saying, but by doing things.
Interesting. Wow. So, like I told us, Mr. Ram is a business instructor. So, few things we want to talk about today, because a lot of people who are aspiring to be, in such field. One thing about Talk Your Own, we bring people that have done a lot for the community and for nations and are making great impact. So we could have one or two insights into their life, into the things they have done and how successful they have been, so also to inspire people. And I would love to ask, so for you to share your pivotal moment, from your 30-year career that shaped your approach to business and instruction.
Thank you. Growing up, my dad used to tell me that if you do studies well, do all your studies and then go and search for a job and you'll get a job. But today's world is not that. And I have learned it by my experience, and you can see by my hair that I've grown old, but I've learned it the hard way. But I am here to teach you that you can change your careers whenever you want. And in Canada, it's all the more possible. So you can, after 12th, you can go into doing something which you like to do as a skilled job. And that is where you understand that what you're learning is equal to what your skill is. And then you equate and then you go on further.
Wow.
Okay.
That's interesting. So, being in this industry that you are right now, I would love to also find out, how you tailor your teaching, your teaching methods to accommodate the diverse backgrounds, and experiences of your students, particularly the new immigrants in Canada, right?
Thank you. Now, new immigrants in Canada are as well trained as people trained in Canada. But whenever you come into Canada, it's an experience of everyone here. They tell you don't have a Canadian qualification or Canadian experience.
Yeah.
Yes, that being said, initially it's like, oh my God, I'm a trained Microsoft specialist in India, in Africa, in America, it's all the same. But what people don't understand is what they say by the Canadian system is we don't understand the way things work in Canada. We don't understand the qualifications which are necessary to equate yourself to the job. And now I understand that. And this is something which I train my students, that you need to be job ready. And that's why my college really helps, that you're being job ready. So just having a university degree doesn't matter. What you need is being job ready. Thank you.
Yeah, I would love if you could tell us a little about your college, okay, and what actually inspired you, to transition from a successful corporate career in banking, and telecom, to become a business instructor and a private tutor.
Thank you. Right. Now, first of all, I just to tell you that I also taught in a community college called the College of North Atlantic in Qatar prior to coming to the college of in Trias.
Sorry.
The thing in Trias is the demographic of students here are, first of all, not only new immigrants, you also have international students, which, by the way, now these days are curtailed, but you also have students who are having a second career, people who have come from WSIB, people who have been injured, disability. They're searching for construction workers, searching for a desk job. He cannot move, he's on wheelchair. Single moms, abused moms. So when you train these people, the satisfaction I get in teaching them is far more than money you earn. And believe me, the job I had as a Canadian in Qatar, working for a Canadian college, the College of North Atlantic, as a Canadian, was a dream job. I mean, anybody would dream for it. But that is not all what human beings want. You want to develop people. You want people to thank you that you're doing something good for them. And that is what gives me satisfaction in Trias College.
Wow. Now, in all of this, how do you stay current with your industry development and then the trends in business and education? How do you incorporate this knowledge into your teaching?
Thank you. Now, we have regular best practices meetings amongst our business instructors forum. Now, since we have the online teaching, I teach only remote after COVID, but my job has increased. I'm teaching multiple campuses. I used to teach only in Mississauga. Now I teach multiple campuses. And I also teach students from different subjects, for example, supply chain, marketing, different type of students.
Can we say thanks to COVID too?
Yes. I am one person who thanks COVID.
Please, pardon me. Okay, please.
I also want to tell you that, so when we look at the general trends in the market, we also analyze whether it is fake news or not, because these days in social media, everything is, you don't know whether it's genuine or not. So we have a teachers forum where we discuss best practices, whether this is the best way to move forward, this is the best way to teach, this is the best industrial practice which is happening, and so on. And then I deliver it to the class. The curriculum is also developed along with different teachers.
Wow. Okay, on that note, we'll be going on a little break, so we'll be right back. Viewers, we'll see you soon. Thank you.
They say every heroine don't wait to be served. She writes her own story. Every woman has a story of strength, courage, love, and ambition. They rise above challenges, break through careers, and inspire us all.
Join heroines Blessing Ajayi, Adejishola Otiba, Emma Answer, Kim Ambrose, and Mokesh Burke as they take you on a journey through the fascinating world of women, with stories that touch your heart, challenge your mind, and uplift your spirit.
Accomplishing, if I'm in any sort of pain about anything. They're there for me, and to me, that is the embodiment of sisterhood.
And which is what we bring to the table. If we were all the same, then it would not have the power that it needs to have. But if you're unique and you're bringing different skill sets, that is how we build each other up. That is how we help each other, empower each other.
So sisterhood is really celebrating each other's successes. Successes.
Talk to them about their problems, their challenges, and that's how I started building my network.
And you know, like we all said, every woman has a heroine within her. Until you discover.
This, the Heroine Show. Showing on the Black Community Canada TV on YouTube and other BCCTV platforms. Join the conversation on socials and lend your voice, because every woman is a heroine.
All right, welcome back. We're still on Talk Your Own, and I still have with me Mr. Ram here in the studio.
Hi.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Ram. You know, it's insightful to hear you, say the things you say. I am also curious, and I would love to ask, can you describe your experience, working in different cultural contexts such as Canada, talking about Qatar, the UAE, India. How has this influenced your approach to teaching? How has it also influenced your approach to business?
Thank you. First, yes, I was born in India. Culturally, you all know, there is something called as Mahakumbh Mela going on now in India. I don't know if you've heard of it. Mahakumbh Mela is it's like happening once in every century. People, all Hindus, take a holy dip in the Ganga
Mahakumbh
Mela.
Mahakumbh Mela.
Yeah.
Okay.
500 million people over a period of 1 month are going to take a dip in the Ganges. Not a single accident reported so far. Not a single firing reported so far. That is the culture I come from. So I'm just telling you that I'm a Hindu by birth. Now, but I went to a Christian school. I went to a Catholic school.
Really?
All right. And I moved to the Middle East, where it's Islamic. It's an Islamic state. I moved to the United Arab Emirates. Culturally different. But believe me, for a common man, everything is the same. People to people, you go to any country, met so many Africans, Filipinos, met all the different nationalities there, all the different Arab country people there. Culturally, everybody wants you to study. Everybody wants you to do good in business. Everybody wants good for you. No parent teaches you to do something bad. Now, I'm not here to talk morality. I'm not here to talk politics. I'm here to talk business. Now, the way business is done culturally in different countries are different. Okay? For example, in India, not many people eat meat. Not many people eat beef. So if I'm a businessman and I'm trying to sell beef in India, I'm going to fail. But do you know even McDonald's sells, what Indian people like? Now, if anybody in Canada know that McDonald's is selling elaichi tea, which means it's cardamom tea, which is very famous in India. Now they're selling it here because there are some niche people who want it. So what I'm trying to say is culturally things are different in different countries. Now you can't sell pork in the Middle East. It's against their religion. You can't sell. So me, when I teach my students here, I teach them how to do business in different countries and how you have to be culturally, politically, and personally correct. My colleagues in College of North Atlantic in Qatar were all from Newfoundland. They hadn't seen any place, not even Ontario. And so they came straight to Qatar and they didn't know culture. So we had a cultural interview first. Only job where I've attended a cultural interview.
Wow.
Anyway, all said and done, business is possible today with online businesses. You can sit in any country and you can move things to other places. Business can be done, and that's what I'm teaching.
Interesting. With your wealth of knowledge, I would be looking at, okay, there are a lot of immigrants, coming into Canada. I think Canada is one of the nations that has the most number of immigrants actually, and looking at that also can pose a challenge. And from your experience and from what you do, so what advice would you give to new immigrants who are actually, looking to establish, a career in business, a career in finance, and all that?
Good. Now, the route which students or people, new immigrants coming into Canada would take is you would first go into one of these community developers like Access or YMCA or your church or your temple and try to network with people to get jobs. Now, my advice to you would be to try to get into any of these colleges which are government funded. Now, not all government funded private colleges are safe. By safe, I mean not all of them are good. You need to do your own homework. You need to do a lot of research. Some of them are fake newses. You can't just go by 5-star rating in the internet saying, oh, this is the best college. No. You go read, ask people, do networking, try to do some job shadowing or try to do some shadowing and try to find out whether this college is good. Once you want a skill, you have a skill, and then you try to match with that, skilled trades that is called. I don't know if anybody has seen a basketball player called Scotty Burns. Yeah, he's a great guy. He advertises for skilled trades because skilled trades is better than just going to a community college or going to a university because you have book knowledge, but you don't have practical experience, like co-op, as you say in Canadian colleges. That's number one advice. Number two is once you think you're good in that field, try to have a good mentor like me. And then you can go further, become a leader in your business.
Wow. Trying to consider your teaching methods, I think they are very they are very unique, so and very significant because looking at a diverse community that we have here and all that, so it's very key to have a broad mind, to make sure that people are able to penetrate and be able to become successful in what they do. And I think that's actually awesome. So that will lead me to asking you, how do you assess, the effectiveness of your teaching methods? So, and what metrics or feedbacks, do you use to evaluate students' successes?
Thank you. The first thing is, I tell my students that there is nothing like an original slang. Everybody speaks with a slang. So I tell them that you've got to have confidence. And I speak in a class to the whole audience, not to the people who are good students. I speak even to the bad students. All said and done, I have a similar way of assessing people, the way the college has said. Now, we have unit tests, we have midterm examinations, we have final examinations. All said and done, these are short-term courses. They have to do it fast forward. But what I do is I assess in a different way. And that is where my difference comes in, which is I concentrate on participation. Now, in an online class, they can just switch my Teams meeting on and then go to sleep. Or they can put a baby to sleep. But putting a baby to sleep is all right, but with the permission of the teacher. But if they are participating, and I had a girl student called Kiki, I have to talk about her. She had a business of her own, and she would participate, but she had just a small toddler. She had to put the baby to sleep, but she would come back and participate. Participation is very important. Whether you're right or wrong, you've got to speak. The teacher is there to correct you. You're here to learn. And making mistakes in a class is better than going to actual job and making a mistake.
No,
you know.
that would be disastrous, right? Catastrophic. So before I let you go, okay, I know your schedules are very tight. So tell me, what do you believe are the most important skills or qualities that business students should develop to succeed in today's fast-paced and rapidly changing business environment?
Thank you. First of all, when I'm speaking to you people, half of you are students, some of you are business people, some of you already have businesses. Now, here it's very common that an international student is an Uber driver.
Yeah.
Now, just by being an Uber driver, it's just subsistence. You're not earning enough because these Uber people make more money than you. Okay? You got to see how you can add value. So there are ways how you can develop. You can create apps. For example, I was telling him about a show I was attending yesterday called Fever, where some Spanish people have created a candlelight quartet music show of Bollywood. So since I'm from India, I went to that show. It was a candlelight quartet, a Canadian girl, 4 of them playing violin, Bollywood tunes in a candlelight. And this is worldwide. It is in a non-conventional place, which is a church. So after, say, 6 o'clock, a church is not used, so they're using that place. The local artists aren't to be paid as big as Coldplay or all the big people, okay? And they're promoting art. They have presence all over the world, can you believe? And they are Spanish from New York. So anybody can start business online today. You should know where to get the source and where to develop and sell it. So simple example is, I need not tell, many of you would know, go buy things in Alibaba. You can get a dozen of what iPad he has. You get a dozen of them and you can sell it in Canada, each piece for double the price. Source it from one country, sell it in another country. You can sit in Canada and do those businesses. And that is the future of tomorrow.
Wow. Now, as we bring this to a close, in your journey and the different careers that you found yourself, what has been the most challenging moments for you? Maybe looking back, what has been the most challenging? Because someone also is looking at, I want to, but there are you possibly have faced challenges as well.
Yes.
So it wasn't all rosy.
Yes.
So can you tell us that as we bring it?
Could I tell you of my experience with my students as a challenging phase? Okay.
Fine.
Now, I had a girl student who was an abused mother who was staying in shelter with a child who had COVID during COVID time, and I was teaching, and she had the will to study. And I talked to my college to find out if we could do something for her, like a GoFundMe to pay for her education and do something so that she can come up. Well, the college did try something, but not to my satisfaction. But I couldn't do anything on my own because, a lot of privacy and other issues, right? But it's not my challenge, it was her challenge. She took it up as a challenge and she succeeded and she's working now and she has a job and I'm so happy. She tells me, teacher, I'm doing well and I'm studying, to my official email, and she says that I owe a lot to you. And there are some students who have disability and they've succeeded. And they say, teacher, you made the way I think about life different, the way I think about business different. So they're thinking differently, and that's what I want to make a difference.
Interesting.
Okay.
Wow.
And we are all in a lovely country called Canada. Let's keep it up.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ram. It's nice having you here today on the Talk Your Own show, and I think it's been very insightful.
Thank you.
Thank you for the great job.
He's a prince. I hope I become a prince as well.
But they didn't bring any any thing to pay homage at the footstool of the prince. So the kingdom is looking empty and dry. So.
But you're a prince at heart.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
Very much for giving me an opportunity.
Thank you so much. So, viewers, that's our show for today. God bless you. So, you can always reach Mr. Ram for any further questions, or just send us a message on our handles. Follow, subscribe, and then also reach out to your loved ones. I'm sure that you would receive great answers to whatever questions that bothers your heart. We love you. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
If there is ever a third party that shows
The church,
yes, can be said.